This is your weekend market review for Friday, November 22nd, 2024. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is your daily market review for Friday, November 22nd, 2024. Man, this year is flying by. It's wild that it's really already November. All right, well, today was a kind of a choppy inside day. Congratulations to shorts, bulls, bears. Everybody seems to be doing pretty well if they're sticking to their price action plans, meaning like you have risk management, you know what levels to trade around, and you have a definite plan to either take profits, manage your trades, and put yourself on a red alert when something does something that you expect and don't expect. I know that sounds a little confusing, but the reality is, like, look at some of the Bitcoin stuff, look at some of the MicroStrategy stuff, look at some of the NVDA stuff. Again, we're going to talk all about it and what to expect going into next week. However, let's start it off. Next week, we know if you have the Stock Traders Almanac, it's typically bullish. Short weeks, holiday weeks, not a lot of people around. Going to try to pump good information, holiday cheer, happiness into the markets. We'll see if it sticks. That's the question, right? I've seen holiday weeks be absolutely nothing. I've seen them be big up, and I've seen them also get absolutely destroyed. My best guess at this point is let's dig into the evidence and let's see how it goes. So if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room, link description below. If you're looking to buy, sell, and invest in real estate anywhere in the country, please don't hesitate to reach out. Let me know I can help. You get 2 agents for the price of 1. No different. You click on Zillow, Realtor.com. Redfin, again, they will put you in touch with one of their own agents and they will charge a percentage fee. I will actually do less, but the point being is you get 2 agents for the price of 1 versus working with a scammy company that doesn't give a crap about how your house sells as long as it does. They don't care if you make over market price or under. They get paid. My goal is to make sure we get the most amount of money, the shortest amount of time you're selling, and if you're looking to buy, it is to find deals. So let me know I can help. Calendly link, schedule, let's chat. It's in the description below if you want to join the Discord room, same thing. Follow, like, subscribe on the Twitter, dropping trades. YouTube, like, subscribe. Again, if you want to donate to the channel, hit the thanks button, 99 cents, whatever. You want to drop a chicken nugget, you go right ahead. I appreciate all love, support, destinations. And again, if you have questions, do not hesitate to reach out. Again, a lot of people are a little hesitant. Check out the website, thetradingagent.com. Turn profits into properties and passive income. Always here to help. Y'all know the dilly. So, all right, let's just roll on to it. Again, I didn't even realize this wasn't updated, so I'm having my web developer. Anyone really good at websites, definitely please don't hesitate to reach out. If you're really good with WordPress, and again, kind of in the air, would like to potentially do some more editing. Again, asking to be hired. If you have, send a resume, drop me a link, comment below. Might be looking to outsource some of this stuff. Again, I'm not a tech person. My job is to trade, help people with real estate. All right. We know there's a Fed meeting on the 18th of December, and it's about 50-50. I don't think it really moved much today. Come on, refresh. Yeah, 50's sticking around. It's 50-50 whether it's happening. The Bitcoin. What did we say? The 2 times range? A lot of people are getting, are you surprised if it goes for 100,000? No. A lot of people are getting very, very excited about it. And usually it is. At the highs, everyone's all in. At the lows, everyone's giving up. You do the projected price move, right? You go at 74,000 from 37. Do the math, right? It's like 40,000 from 54. Yeah, it takes you up to the 100 range approximately, right? Again, don't bring a ruler to trading. It's going to be the worst tool you ever use. Trading approximations, locations, areas. Now you're at the 2 times range. Now I'm not saying go and dump all of your Bitcoin, but man, if I owned Bitcoin, change the name to ABCDEFG ticker, I'm taking some profits. I'm managing my trade. I'm maybe selling some out of the money calls, maybe selling some covered calls, maybe just taking some profits and going, I'm going to chill out. And maybe if you wanted to, buy calls and take profits on your trades. Like, limit your risk profile. Again, that's my personal taste. We'll see what happens. Oil seems to be holding down at the range lows. Again, geopolitical risk, all sorts of fun things going on here. I personally don't have any trades on in oil or gas, but I do believe that if you, look at natural gas. That is not, Again, UNG got crushed today. That's not updated. I apologize. Again, I personally love commodities long term. We've talked about this. Love it. Look, it gets up to the range highs. Interesting action. Ten cuidado. Yeah, we like natural gas. Again, if you see a one handle on natural gas, call me, slap your grandmother, pull the fire alarm, have fun. I mean, I'm just making jokes. You get my point. We like it. We like it a lot. I think natural gas will be an exported good of the United States of America to Europe and all these other fun places. King dollar still make you holla. Again, Trump likes the dollar, wants dollar superiority. There you go. TLT. As long as it holds the 89 level, could be basing. Needs to get, I would say, in my opinion, over 93. Break the 200-day, break all this junk. At this point, you are in the chop zone. And when you're in the chop zone, you just chill the fudge out. Relax. Enjoy yourself. Vixen. VIX. I mean, I'm actually genuinely not surprised they crushed the VIX today, but I'm also like, I am surprised. We'll see what happens here. I'm keeping on it. The VIX definitely pulled back some. It doesn't look as weak. So again, this typically leads at bottoms and tops first. We'll see what happens at 94 area next week. Again, if the market rips, maybe they crush the VIX again. SPY. Talked about it, needed to get over 590. It definitely did. Got over the 8 and 10 day. We filled the gap. Again, next week is going to be wild. Light volume. I mean, if you're sitting here and being honest with your bullish, bearish, whatever the hell you want to go. But it makes sense on a light volume week that we retest the highs. Or retest the lows. I mean, we're going to probably get some range action here. I just don't know if we're going to get a confirmation of any particular direction. QQQs continue to lag. Like, we've talked about this. Back near the old highs from July. Keep an eye on it because, again, can we fill the gap? Feeling like it. IWM, here's one we talked about. Like, I'm actually impressed by the size of the move. We talked about a bounce. I'm just genuinely impressed that the bounce was this big. Again, don't bring a ruler trading. You trade these approximations. If you traded here and took some profits and went long, looking pretty good. I mean, again, next week we'll see what happens. DIA. Back at the highs. I mean, again, worth watching. Gold, talked about it, due for a bounce. You got it. Man, 5 days. 5 green days. Watching this area. Again, it's tough to really trust this stuff when silver and the miners don't really lead. Like, they're not leading up. Look at gold just, wee. And then silver, meh. Miners, oh, they should be up today. Meh. Right? You want to see, like, I want to see the miners near the highs as silver, as gold about to break out. We'll see what happens here. I mean, near term, we got the bounce again. We talked about this. You don't expect straight line moves in anything. Said we're oversold. Oh, now what? Patience. See what happens. Again, if you're long, roll up your stops. If you're shorting, define your risk. It's pretty simple stuff. I mean, trading doesn't have to be that hard. If you want to make it hard, I can tell you how to make it hard. But all I'd ask is you donate money to me, and I'll return it to you after you practice trade and lose. I promise. I'll hold it in escrow for you. Do not lose money trying to learn lessons in the market. Again, they can be pretty damn costly. AG just chopping around at the breakout, at the downtrend. Newmont. Yeah, oversold. We talked about due to bounce. 220-day looks like it's probably coming. The pass. Chop, 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 chop. Big chop zone. Again, break out, fake out. We'll see. Do you get higher highs and higher lows? That would be bullish. The Taiwan semi, again, we talked about the top's been in for a while. It's just, we'll see what happens here. The 50 days clearly been important. Keep an eye on it. Micron, right? Gets stomped every time it hits the 113 plus. There was some call action on it, which again, dropped by some of the homies in the Discord room. I know Jay Solstice definitely did. Again, I appreciate all you guys who are dropping it. I always forget who did what, but I remember that one from Jay. Yeah, okay. We'll see what happens here. Been choppy. AMD. I mean, that was one of the trades like we saw. Like, there's some puts putting through, but it didn't really go anywhere. Again, when you zoom out, the tops are in. It's just when's the next lower low. Does that make sense? AM Dizzle. Now you go NVIDIA. Now, we shorted this yesterday at the highs. We said, watch the trend line. I think it got a few cents over it. Oh, my God. You fudged up the trade. No. Pretty good entry. Define risk. Now, I really can't lose, meaning that my risk is riskless. I mean, unless we break the new high, and if we do, then I'm gone. This is where catching tops and bottoms can be pretty hard, but this is why we talk about post-earnings. What happens? First mouse gets the trap. The second one gets the cheese. If you tried to play the inside action going into earnings, cool. Well, we waited. And it was down. Didn't do anything. And then it popped. Took it. Added a little more. Just holding out. Holding the 20-day. Or at it. We'll see. SMCI. Again, I personally think NVIDIA is toast. But we'll see what happens here. SMCI. Getting added back. This one's a toughie. This one is a toughie, y'all. Like, again, you're at support. We talked about oversold. We talked about accounting stuff. Your guess is good as mine. Play the trade. Just, it's one of those names where I'm watching, but I'm not trading because I don't want to rely on DOJ news, say if you're shorting, or DOJ non-news, because you could wake up tomorrow and the stock could be down 20%. You could wake up tomorrow, it could be up 20%. Well, guess what? I can't really risk manage something that has that kind of volatility. I don't want to get slaughtered. Does this make sense? Until 100-day, 20-day chopping. SMH. Again, we talked about lower lows off the highs. All right. Holding the 200-day for now. Coming into the trend line. Do we rise on the holiday? We'll see. I mean, again, I think lower in time. It's just a matter of when, not if. Again, the easiest trade of our lifetime. Not my lifetime, but one of the easiest ones. We'll be shorting tech. It's been a trade that we've done. If you got in the dot-com bubble, you did well. If you did it here, I think you're going to do real well. Adobe, again, chopping. Apple seems to just 230. We know for a fact their iPhone sales or whatever their sales in China are going to be crap. China's been definitely pushing against Apple usage. I mean, buy one, get three iPhone 16s, something going on. I mean, the deals are crazy. They might beat their numbers, but their margins are going to be doo-doo. So keep an eye on it. Amazon, again, if you give away phones, not going to have much margin. We talked about then once Bezos sold, it's like, okay. I mean, he was selling everywhere around 200, and now he's done selling. This is an interesting pattern, because if he's done selling, right, that would be taking the foot off the pedal of selling. It should float higher under the 20-day. Meta. Makes sense here. Some guys are looking at longs. Put this here again. When you see, like, look at Meta. It's very, very, again, if it has a range, it'll break, then it'll go, right? Break, then it reverses. Break, then it reverses. This one not as much, but again, a retest. The king of retesting, right? Retesting, some sort of retest, right? A fake high. So why would that pattern not apply to a bottom? Looks like it. And again, if the market does seasonally rise, I think people are going to be on their Facebooks all day. I don't know. Keep an eye on it. I mean, again, it's just a trade. I'm not saying go long forever from this price point, but again, Jay Soltis and I were discussing this, and it makes sense to me. Do for a bounce. If the market bounces, this should definitely bounce. Keep it simple. CRM. Didn't chopping around. Man, retesting the highs. Give it credit's due. Guggenheim. I mean, oops. 200-day. We talked about if you shorted from the highs. Personally, don't have a trade on it. I mean, again, it looks like it's topped. If this is a confirmed lower high, you should expect lower lows. I don't know why you wouldn't get back to the 130s. Mr. Softy, going nowhere fast, chopping around, chop, chop, chop. NDAQ seems to be trying to make new highs. Again, I love this as a short. I'm not shorting it yet. I like it. Again, I'll be wrong. I'll be early. Don't bring a ruler to trading. Again, I think the future of what trade popularity will not be freaking tech stocks. It's going to be materials, industrials, inputs, things. Again, who wins the tech war? Not tech. It's not tech. It's the companies that have the inputs. It happens every time. MicroStrategy. This is where we talked about taking profits. Sorry I didn't do a recap yesterday, but taking profits, the more you're up, the less you own, and that's why you do this. The more volatile something. Now, again, no one's saying this couldn't go to 700 or 1,000 later on. Please don't mince words. My point is, if you bought stock at 100, it rallies to 540. The more you're up, the less you own, because this is what happens, is that risk off comes just as fast. And no one's saying, again, it can't go up longer term. But imagine if you sold at 530, 520, 540, and you bought back at 380 today. That's a pretty solid damn trade with a serious arbitrage of time and space. Now, if it pulls back even more, you have capital you can add. Be like, well, what if it goes higher? Again, it's a risk-reward probability game. Near term, the risk-reward is not to the upside in blow-off moves. We talk about that every time. Now, again, if you're stuck, then you should disappear, I guess, if you think it's going to 700. Because in my opinion, I trade around my positions. That's just kind of what I do. So here you are. Arbitrage it. Congrats again. Love. I mean, long term, it makes sense if Bitcoin's going much higher. Then MicroStrategy is like the 2x fund. I mean, I listened to Michael Saylor today on CNBC. The guy knows exactly what he's saying. I trust the words that he's saying, meaning like the way that he describes what they're doing and the arbitrage within the markets of Bitcoin and the valuations and how they're selling premium, how they're actually raising capital and offering cash or offering the stock at future premium values. It makes sense. If you believe in Bitcoin's going higher, MicroStrategy is the leverage ETF for that. End of story. Agree with Michael Saylor. Again, now whether it's going higher, how it's going to go higher, it's not going to be straight line moon. He says that. He said the growth rate of Bitcoin is not going to be 60% a year. At some point, it will be 20. Okay, if you arbitrage those down, future growth, 2029, whatever he's saying. Long story short, there's upside, but it's not going to be straight line. It's going to be volatile. It's 2 times X of Bitcoin. Do the math, though. It's going to be 2 times as volatile. Netflix, I'm impressed it's rising. I mean, sorry, nothing to say there. I think you got to be stupid to be buying it long term. But again, maybe I know something. Maybe I don't know something. That's the irony. We talked about Roblox back testing this 47, 48 area. Keep an eye on it. PanW popped, flopped all over on earnings. I mean, I think cybersecurity is the future. That's all I can say. I mean, again, I think wait for pullbacks. Tesla, look, here we go. A fake breakout or a chop. This is where, again, this could be like the meta upside down. What happens here? Do yourself a favor. Be safe. Okay? Insight, we talked about this one dropping. Thank God. Again, this is why you don't chase. I'd love to see it in the 50 handle. Watching this zone. I don't know why it's not. Come on. There you go. Has to hold 66s. Palantir. Again, the stock is a bigger bubble than Bitcoin. MicroStrategy. Yes, MicroStrategy. Market cap wise, the income and all that stuff. Well, we'll see what happens here. Hold the 8-day, 10-day. Again, these things could rip during holiday weeks. It's light volume and people just start going crazy. McDonald's, 100-day, seems to be holding. DKNG, talked about shorting this up here, the 44, 43 area makes sense. Maybe even 45. Again, this is why you layer into trades sometimes. Not sometimes. I mean, again, that's your defined risk. Like if you're all or nothing trading, be careful. If you only got half a position, maybe wait to see if it retests. Airbnb, it's been all over the place. Backtesting some moving averages. All right, we'll see what happens here. Dropped on earnings all over the place. Costco, I guess they're selling a lot of gold bars. Holding up pretty damn well. Starbucks, finally breaking over the 100 area. It's consolidated. And we talked about this. You could go long this if you really believe you need to. I mean, next upside is going to be probably somewhere around 107. Congrats if you're trading this. We talked about being patient. Didn't think this move was going to ultimately just go continue higher. Again, it priced in a new CEO. All right, and here we go. Now you have the breakout, traded accordingly. FedEx, this one to me is very interesting. We talked about shorting this, didn't do anything. Filled the gap today. I saw that and was like, do I want to get out of tech and short this? Not even get out of tech, but add to this. I said to myself, next week is typically bullish. Could FedEx do something stupid? Not stupid, just play around. Yeah, I'm just going to relax. That's what I did. Caterpillar. Hold. Look at this deer, right? Didn't say this yesterday, but look at this action. Again, I apologize not doing a recap, but I think you can see, like, if you consolidate, I said this is like an ugly cup and handle, potentially. Once you break out, I mean, here's like Starbucks. You should expect a little follow through, especially longer the consolidation pattern. This is pretty simple stuff. Like consolidate. Once it breaks out, squeezes, shorts get squeezed, bulls start chasing. That's where you get some nice up moves. Congrats. Nucor. Chopping around. X, I mean, I think they're going to get bought out. I'm just not going to chase the premium. VALE. Man, I've already done 18 minutes. Sorry. Chopping at the lows. Arrow, again, we like junior copper, but not yet. Patience, grasshopper. CCJ, again, we like uranium. Hoping it pulls back, not really looking like such. That's the nature of the beast. You wait for pullback. Sometimes you don't get them. CF chopping near range highs. Mosaic and NTR seem to be just chop. Right? Chop. XLF pissing me off. Oh, sorry. AA. Sorry. Again, we like aluminum. Patience. Again, zoom out. That's a big chop zone. XLF. Again, like the short on it. Stopped out if you had to. I get it. I mean, look at this move, right? Like, is the risk reward not shorting? Now, again, this is where a 3 strikes you're out kind of idea, though. Keep that in mind. Like, if you short and it doesn't work, do not always go back to it. Be patient. Wait. Let it play out. Hope that helps. Again, I mean, that's the thing, right? You can short this, but be patient. Or if you are shorting XLF, trade the banks. Like they have really easy references. Morgan Stanley, right? Chop highs. Bank of America, chop highs. I mean, they kind of broke out this week. Maybe they get a trap next week. That's what the game might be. Goldman Sachs, chopping around. Carry. Yeah, I mean, you got to be crazy out of your mind to buy junior banks, in my opinion, but you got a reference. Keep an eye on it. Again, can I be wrong? Yeah, can you be wrong? Everyone can be wrong, man. This is all just probabilities. XBI got crushed. RFK stuff seems to be bouncing back. We'll see what happens here. 100 plus area is resistance. Housing index seems to be holding the 100-day. Okay, back at the 50-day. Choppy. Just, again, be careful. I mean, trade around it. I mean, you don't know. It's called trading. Unless you're investing, and if you're investing, then you're probably not watching this. And if you are investing, you should just know the levels of the long term and trade around it. Solar, chop. Sedge, talked about this going to 15 from 300. Damn, I was wrong. It went to 10. We'll see. Again, oversold. I mean, this is one of those things, like the risk reward is now just let it play out. Let some of these names bounce. You know, let these solar names bounce a little if they can, and then I think you can reshort them. HYG, especially if you get pullback in oil and natural gas and all that stuff. Yeah, chop. You got to be crazy buying that. I mean, you got to be crazy buying corporate debt, in my opinion. Oil seems to be holding. UNG, I hate this product. I hate it. However, if you traded, I know some people traded. Congrats. You went from 12 to 15 and change. Not looking so bad. Hits the 200-day again. Doing. Again, the easiest trade, in my opinion, is shorting the KLD. Again, if you shorted this in the 80s, you're feeling pretty damn good. And if you're feeling pretty damn good after crushing it, your ego saying, oh, I can't lose, it's probably time to take some profit near term, right? When you feel like you can't lose, time to take profit. XOP, we talked about the 200-day. You're over it. Congratulations. Simple trades, right? CVE, sorry, not really doing as well. Again, I like some of these junior names. Gasoline names, chopping around. Again, December's typically not bullish oil and gas. It's kind of like a choppy, sloppy at time. Again, go look at the seasonality trends. ExxonMobil seems to be stuck. I mean, it's not, I don't know. It doesn't look terrible, but it's not going anywhere. Occidental, same kind of thing. It just seems stuck. However, this one is interesting because I was noticing, get over the 50-day. You might have the 100, 200-day. Again, it's not like it's a crazy powerful trade, but would you take a few points for free? EQT, I mean, I know some guys who took a few points. It's a pretty great trade. I think they took it breaking the trend line at 40. I mean, if you take 7-8 points on names like this, I mean, that's 20%. That's pretty fucking awesome. It can make your year, make your month, make your week. Flex LNG, last but not least, again, I think we natural gas exporters. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Always here to help. Love you guys. Let me know what you need. Love to help you out. Also, too, again, have a great weekend. Maybe and also next week, just if you don't feel like trading, don't trade. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Hope you're doing well. Again, hit me up if you have any real estate questions. Peace. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.